What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Xbox's Gamescom lineup, kind of what to expect, the fact that they are going, and a couple updates there. So what I found, well, this is interesting. This is awesome. We're finally starting to get some news that really started over the weekend. I'm very, very, happy about that. But basically, remember, Gamescom originally was supposed to be from the 25th through the 29th. Those were the initial dates. I believe that's now been changed. It's now the 25th through the 27th. But much like all of these events, they actually don't ever matter because companies, again, are just doing their own thing, which I do appreciate and I actually would applaud, right? We had the whole discussion with E3, how I don't like E3. I don't like how it's set up, and publishers should really just go rogue and do their own thing, and I think that would just be better for everybody. Well, that's kind of what they did for E3. Not really, though, but for Gamescom, it looks like they are. So we have the Jeff Keighley event, and that's, not to be confused, right? There's a Jeff Keighley event, which is the Gamescom kind of opening day kickoff, which is the 25th. Okay, it's August 25th. I believe it's at like 11 a.m. Pacific time. I am going to be co-streaming it on the main channel, so obviously you guys can watch it there. But now Xbox has joined in, which we knew they were going to Gamescom, and they still are going to Gamescom, but again, they're kind of doing their own thing, which again, I appreciate. Xbox Gamescom 2021 stream announced, debuting on August 24th at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. And then what are the details? Updates on some previously announced Xbox first-party titles, updates from some third-party partners, and upcoming releases coming to Game Pass. So, pretty short and easy. I believe they did say that there's not going to be any new exclusive games shown. There's not going to be brand, we're not going to see the next Gears game, stuff like that. That's not going to be there. But still, what we have is very exciting. To be flat out honest with you, I did not expect this at all. I really thought Gamescom in general was just going to be Jeff Keighley's event. Which I, again, I was, in terms of me planning, right, kind of content, I was planning on that. And then Gamescom, again, is taking place. There's things happening for a couple days, but to be honest, much like even E3, none of it actually matters. It really only matters kind of those live streams, the conferences by whoever's going to do it. So the Jeff Keighley thing to me was the only thing. Well, now Xbox is doing it. Now I saw somewhere it said Bethesda. I'm not going to doubt it because I tend to be wrong on those kind of things. I don't know if Bethesda is also going, but again, I would not expect anything new. I would expect just updates on things that are already announced. Maybe not even that. Maybe games that are literally already out in terms of Bethesda. But for Xbox, updates on some previously announced Xbox first-party titles. Now, again, it depends on how they want to play this because there's obviously a lot of the stuff that's coming out in the rest of the year. In fact, I believe Xbox put out a statement they're going to be talking about the biggest Xbox exclusive lineup ever or something like that, which I hate it when they do it. I hate it when Sony does it. It sounds very cocky, and I will take a dig in Microsoft in the way that they've had absolutely nothing, including launch. So when you say it a year later, it doesn't really they have a lot of games. I'm excited for almost every single one of the exclusive games they're putting out. You don't need to be cocky and put out those. So I've never liked that. It's not even an Xbox thing. I've just never liked that in general. But Halo, do we get the release date for Halo? I feel like it's about time. Are you going to do it in September? Are you going to do it in October? So it feels like Gamescom would be the right time. Obviously, Forza, we already know the release date for that, but obviously, more gameplay, stuff like that. And then when the two other ones, updates from third-party partners and upcoming releases coming to Game Pass, I could almost see that being the same thing. It doesn't have to be, but if Lego Star Wars doesn't want to be at, and I'm not saying it has its own mind and it can think for itself, but if WB doesn't want Lego Star Wars at Jeff Keighley's thing, or they just couldn't fit it in or whatever, Xbox could do it. You know what I mean? So really, now, do I think Hogwarts Legacy? No, probably not. Do I think Gotham Knights? Nope. So let's get those out of the way right first. I don't know any other games that people constantly ask me for. Lego Star Wars, I do think is possible though. And then, again, I'm not saying every single third-party game they're going to talk about is going to also be coming to Game Pass, but I will say this. If you looked at the history of what they've been doing, that is mostly the case. They don't, and I don't want to say it because it makes it sound bad, but I'll say it anyway. It almost is like they don't care about games that are not on Game Pass. You looked at their E3, and yes, there was a theme to E3, so obviously you're trying to fit the theme, but maybe it does speak an overall message, right? Almost every single game, except for 2 or 3 games, were gonna be on Game Pass. Battlefield was one of 2. I think it was only 2. Maybe it was 3 though. But Battlefield was one of only a couple that they showed, which was a huge thing, but that it's not on Game Pass. The rest are all on Game Pass. So, again, do we use that here if they do updates from some third-party partners? Well, you know what, though? They say partners, as in, like, they're working with them. So to me, that probably does mean Game Pass stuff. So I don't know. Again, don't expect anything ginormous, but I would not expect something insanely small either, probably somewhere in between. So I'm excited for this. This was not something I had planned. I don't really see why not for me to live stream it, so I probably should, co-stream this thing as well on my main channel. So we'll see if that ends up happening. I'll probably make an announcement on Twitter or something, later in the week. But that's something I'll be watching, no matter what, and be covering no matter what. So let me know, guys, what you think in the comments below, things that you're expecting, things that you're not expecting, all that stuff. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up, and I do a brand new video on the channel every single day, and so I hope to see you guys for tomorrow's video.